so early in the morning. We don't usually perform at this time, so well done for Berta for supporting us as well. So I thought I'd talk about Lost first, and then go into the company's kind of creative process. Lost came about basically Motion House. I hope you've all heard of them, but they're an international touring company based in Leamington Spa. And we were away on tour in Hong Kong and just finished Tokyo, and we got a call, basically somebody who wanted to commission a duet for their festival. We didn't have a duet to sell them, so Louise, our executive director, said, but we have a few days in the studio, so make one, because that equals cash, and we needed cash. So we flew back from Hong Kong, and I had 2 days in the studio to make what you see today, with a different female performer. And Kevin, our artistic director, has his ways of doing stuff, and sometimes it works for the dancers and the creative team, and sometimes it really doesn't. And in this case, I kind of didn't want him to be part of it. I had an idea that I wanted to explore. And in 2 days, if you've got too many chefs, we all know what happens. So I wanted to be the chef of this and create this duet. And he kept coming into the studio and be like, oh, no, I think you can do this. And I kept ushering him out of the studio and be like, no, just leave me alone. And then come in at the end and do what you do best, and that's to direct it in some kind of way that I can't see from the outside. I had the idea of the female performer never touching the floor. So if it was in a theatre, I would be dressed in black and the female performer would be dressed in white, and it's almost like I'm invisible. And that thought process came from personal experience in my past, and people not realising how much support they necessarily have around them, and they keep pushing it away and pushing it away and pushing it away until eventually you decide to walk away, and then that's when they realise and they accept all of the support that you've been giving them instead of pushing it back in your face. So that's kind of where that came from. It's actually, in my head, it's a relationship between me and my mum. But it doesn't look like my mum, and I wouldn't be able to lift my mum from my head. But that's where the relationship comes from for me personally. And I know, like, when we've taken this duet out onto the streets. Actually, it was the streets of Milton Keynes when we premiered this piece, and a man came up to me and Luca, who was the performer at the time, and said, I'm sick of seeing domestic violence on the streets. And I was like, oh, you got that? And I can see actually where he gets that from, but I didn't want and I don't want it to look like I'm the person throwing her around and pushing. It should be the complete opposite. Like, the female should be the one that's in power and the one that's like, no, get away, it's on my terms. And I think the reason why we call it Lost in the end as well is I think sometimes when you offer support and you try and look out for someone and be there for them, it's usually because you think they're lost and they need help and they need guidance. And actually, from experience, it's the opposite. You're lost because they actually know what they want to do and they're trying to get there. And you're trying to comfort them or tell them that that's not the place to go, and actually, you're the person that is a bit lost on how to deal with the situation. So that was that show, and I would be interested to hear your thoughts as well and see what you got from it, if it was remotely like that. Yeah, I got your mum straight away. But yeah, so onto the company's kind of creative process. Kevin is our artistic director, and he's a great director. I've worked for different directors in different companies, and every one of them works in different ways, and every one of them has an ego that's of different sizes, and as do most creatives and most performers. We want our voices to be heard, and if it's not heard, we're really upset about it. And it is learning. Everybody's voice is equal, and they should all be heard, but mine foremost. No, but Kevin's a really great boss in that he treats. We have 10 performers at the minute, and he doesn't tell us what to do. He doesn't say, I want you to put left foot in front of right, and I want you to do a plie now and a turn here. He doesn't do that. And I think it's really important as dancers that we're all thinking feeling artists. We're not just bodies in a space that you pay me money to do with what you want. I have choices to do. He's really, really open to that. And he ultimately steers the ship, but he doesn't tell you where you're going at all, ever. And it's something that's come up recently, because we created 3 new shows this year, and we're in the middle of a creation right now. And all of us create really differently in the company. And the word lost is a feeling that I feel quite a lot with working in the company, is that if you're not given a specific brief, it can be really overwhelming and make you feel completely lost. And am I delivering what the director wants? But as an older performer in the company, I think I've realised now that actually, ultimately, I don't care. Ultimately, that's the freedom of being an artist, is that Kev's job is to give me something that inspires me to give him something. And maybe we both don't know what that is. And for a long time, I think I relied upon him being the director to inspire me, and no, it's your job to inspire me. Like, I've got to go and create something for you. It's your job. You have to give me something. And then actually I realised it's also my job to inspire him, because he only has one brain and a certain amount of thoughts, and we're 10 people with 10 brains and 10 different amount of thoughts, and he can go down one pathway, and I can misunderstand the brief or misinterpret the brief, but it opens up a new world for him that he didn't even think about, or he didn't conjure up, and then now I've got something on the plate that ultimately ties an entire show together. But because of the freedom, but because of the fact that I'm no longer scared, I'm no longer giving my boss what he wants, because he knows what he wants. So I have to give him options and counter options to those things. And I think it's a really great place, but I know there are definitely some performers and some artists that really need a specific brief, and they want to delve deep into it and give Kevin what he wants and give him what he needs. And I think that that's ultimately what makes a great team, is that if you've got 5 people that are really digging deep at what Kevin wants, and 5 people don't have a clue what they're doing, and they go off and create something better or a different option, then that's ultimately a creative team in my eyes. Otherwise, you've just got 10 people all going in one direction, which is sometimes good. Like when the show is on the road, like if I just started doing what I wanted in that duet with Berta up in the air spinning plate, when it's set. But in the creative process, I think ultimately it's really, really important that you allow yourself to get lost. Like literally, like don't worry, don't think. I don't have clients like maybe some of you guys do that want a specific brief, and it needs to be this colour and it needs to be this font and that text. We have the beauty of not having those restrictions actually, and we have the beauty of bringing anything to the table, and it will be accepted. And as a performer, I think that's great. And then outside of the creative process is then the performance side of stuff. And this is making Kevin sound like he makes no decisions. He really does make decisions, but when it comes to performance too, he doesn't tell you what to feel. He doesn't say, you are this character and you have to be aggressive and you have to do this. He doesn't do any of that, which equally gets frustrating, because again, you feel lost. I'm about to go on stage, what am I saying to people? What am I supposed to feel? Again, as I've gone on in my career, I think it's my job to make those decisions too, and his job to tell me if they're the wrong ones for the message of the piece or for the message of that section. But ultimately, it's my job to find my way through this duet, because it's a lot harder to sell someone else's feelings than it is your own. So as long as the message is getting across to you guys, it doesn't matter what my internal monologue is or my internal story is, as long as the external one is the same one that Kevin wants artistically and I want artistically and Berta wants artistically. And yeah, I think that is all I've got to say about our process. But I would like to open it up to questions from you guys, because I'm sure I might